Before I get started, how many students are left in the room? How many students? How many of you students are looking for gainful employment after you graduate in XR jobs? Okay, I just want to focus on you all, so this will be for you guys. My name is Adam Mangana. I'm the president and CEO of OptimaEd. And Denise, you set us up beautifully because Denise said the biggest problem is we have no one who is a virtual instruction provider that's building standards-aligned curriculum. Well, we are that company. We are building standards-aligned curriculum, and we're approved in the state of Florida, which is very exciting because anybody that's a resident of the state of Florida can attend our virtual reality school of record, the first of its kind in the metaverse, completely tuition-free. And they can have access to a standards-aligned curriculum that offers coursework in every subject area. And so that's very exciting. I want to start, though, with a little bit of philosophy that underpins what I think the opportunity is here, because this is a transformational time in learning. And what's really exciting, right, is that we have a new tool that does something that we really haven't been able to do since the invention of the book. If you think back about it, right, Socrates was skeptical of books. And Socrates was skeptical of books because he thought men would lose their memories. They'd no longer be great orators, right? But what have we learned over time about a book? A great book is a portal into the minds of the greatest thinkers. And with extended reality, we have a new way, right, of perspective taking, walking a mile in someone else's experience in a way we couldn't do before. And so it's a really, really unique time in the history of learning. If you think about the web, right, in 1991 we had about 5 million people on the internet. Today we have over 6 billion people on the internet. And the internet is inevitably moving into 3 dimensions from 2. Well, when we were in Web 1, what was the killer app? It was email. We could take our language and we could send it at the speed of light for free. And we've built a lot of companies, trillion-dollar companies, off this idea of taking our language and sending it at the speed of light for free. What will be the killer app in the era of spatial computing? Well, I'm here to tell you that I think the biggest problem right now we have in education is actually a curriculum crisis. Our students are not engaged. And any student in the room knows this to be true. The textbook has jumped the shark. Why? Why has the book, who Socrates was skeptical of, why has it jumped the shark? Well, the real problem is a book is static. It can't ask you a question. It's not really adaptable. And what the market is demanding now are AI-driven, immersive, interactive learning environments. And Optima is at the forefront of leading in a world where every child will get access to AI-driven, interactive, immersive learning environments for free. And so if you can imagine, right, what's the educational app that everyone actually really uses? What's the killer app today? Well, it's YouTube. Today, everybody, if you actually go to schools like we do, and we're in schools all the time, you think that people use books, you think that people use pencils. If you go into a school right now, what do they really use? They use YouTube to teach. And there's actually a better option. Instead of learning something about a valence shell on YouTube, how about entering the cell? How about, right, the idea of going to ancient Greece and actually talking to Socrates about his skepticism of books? That feels like a better path. We are not really required to spend a whole bunch of time teaching teachers how to be COVID nurses or active shooter drill. We should allow a future in which we can decouple great instruction and custodial care. And there will be so many more opportunities for us to innovate. The last thing I'll say is I'm really grateful for my co-founder, Erica Donalds. Her superpower has been this idea of creating ways in which to leverage governments to give access to things that people otherwise couldn't have, right? Finding ways to fund this. And one of the things that OptimaEd was a little bit contrarian on, instead of raising venture capital, what we did was we did a 900-page application with the state of Florida to make this available for free. And what we see happening that is going to really drive, I think, adoption is that now, in the current political environment, money is following the child. And so we're going to be in a world in which you can be at home and you can take your school with you. And OptimaEd will be that modular school environment that everyone wants to change the future. Thank you.